I remember Bob Marley said, "You think you're in heaven, but you living in hell. Think you're in heaven, but you living in hell. You think you're in heaven, but you living in hell. Time alone, oh, time will tell." Yes, So, many of human beings in this planet think they are in heaven. They think everything is fine. Little do they know that we are actually in hell. Many people think they are in peaceful spaces. Little do they know that there is war. They are being attacked. You are being attacked. There is a war waged against you, but you are not aware. Some are aware, but they are denying the reality of the war. We are talking about the deep state, the cabal, and their art of war, right? Let us look at matters of identity, identification, national identification, IDs. We can give a scenario about, our case here in South Africa. Remember the Sharpeville massacre. It was black people, saying we're throwing away those dumpers. We don't want it. We don't want to be like tagged and identified like we are some other livestock in a farm. You check, there were so many people who died on that day when our ancestors were refusing this thing of identity, because they understood that by taking this thing, you are agreeing that you're going to be the slave of the cabal. You are going to be the slave of the deep state. You are going to be a perpetual slave, and you are even selling out your children, your future generation, unto the devil. You check. They understood that thing. That is why they were so furious and angry about this thing of, IDs, the dumb past. It was the dumb past then, but it's the IDs, So we have had the green books. You check. Then now the world is changing. The world is going digital, right? So we are now getting into this thing of the smart IDs now. The government no longer want those green books. They want the smart IDs. I understand in some clinics you cannot enter the clinic with that green book. You have to provide the smart card now. Why? What's the whole thing about this whole thing? But they justify this. Look at the war. They justify this thing of saying, no, we have foreigners. They forge these books. Now we are serving them. We are giving them free medication here. Which they don't deserve. So everyone must have a smart card. It's another tactic to force human beings now, or South Africans, to adopt the smart card. But it's not gonna end with the smart card, people. And unfortunately, yes, we are talking about the Sharpeville massacre. When our ancestors were refusing this dumpers, this identity thing. We are having other black people like us right now who are going around in hospitals and clinics and even in the streets, demanding other black people. They are demanding them this thing, the very thing that our ancestors were fighting against. What are we saying actually? We are saying our ancestors were foolish. They were dumb. They didn't understand what they wanted. We want to be owned. We want to be under this cabal, the deep state. We want to have the identity determined by the deep state, the cabal, the alien government. But asikho lapho kwamanje, right? So this whole thing of IDs is not going to end by the smart card, people. There is this thing called the digital ID. They want identification to be in your body, inside your body. But they have a nice way of doing it. You know why? Because they know that you like tattoos. So there is a thing called the smart tattoo. The smart tattoo is a thing that is going to be used as your identification, to trace you, to monitor you. You check, and for you also to identify yourself. They're just going to put this thing, it's more of a chip into your skin. It have the wiring, but that thing will have the power. They're going to use that thing to stop, to interfere with your biology. Remember, these people are preaching the gospel of global depopulation. The same Bill Gates and their friends, the cabal, the deep state, they are the Rockefellers. They are talking about what? global, the population, they are open about it. They are not even talking it behind the scenes, behind the closed doors. They are open about it. They tell you. They have even told you that global warming is caused by carbon dioxide, which simply means we have to lessen the population of human beings. Why can't they kill themselves? Why can't they kill their own families first? If really, this thing is true. So yeah, man, they are gonna put this thing of identification right inside your body. This is Neuralink right now. But Neuralink is connected to transhumanism. Right? So these things will have the power to interfere with your hormonal production. They will suppress your reproductive system. This is another way of what birth control. Because depopulation is their open agenda. You check. So Elon Musk is coming with the brain implant thing. That is when we talk of transhumanism. They want to make you zombies because they are scared of human beings. They know that human beings will rise up and revolt and fight against them. Human beings will come together and unite and realize that our enemy is the deep state, the cabal. Our enemy is the Illuminati. Our enemy is these people. Let us come together, black, white, yellow, and green, or whatever, where you come from. Because our enemy is one. We are all victims of all these people. They know that there is a possibility of that. So they are going quick and fast ahead of you. Introduce Neuralink. They have to put this thing, interface, implant. Once you take that thing, you become a biological robot because you'll no longer think. You'll be downloading information like you are now a technological device, like a phone, like any other technological device that is operating through artificial intelligence. Algorithms are going to be your brain. So they can upload information to say, okay, sleep, you're going to sleep. Wake up, you're going to wake up. Do this, you're going to do it. Bang your head against the wall, you're going to do it. Take any weapon and attack each other, you're going to do it. Because now you are taking commands through the internet, the software, the algorithms. You are no longer human beings. That is why they are busy with the science. I saw a robot that can carry a baby in a synthetic womb. So baby, they are fighting against sexual reproductive. They are really fighting against that. You check. That is why they have to even confuse you. Confuse sexuality. We talk of the Bella Bill again here in South Africa. Do you know what the Bella Bill is all about? There is gonna be this thing called comprehensive sex education, where they're going to be teaching your kids about being a lesbian, about being a gay. This is what they're going to be teaching your kids. Whereby your kid will have a right to abortion, and each teacher or instructor or tutor will have a responsibility to teach your kid about abortion as their right, and even make them be aware of where they can go and abort. This is the act of war, a war against humanity. This is the war, the art of the deep state. But they operate through your government because the governments have sold their souls to the deep state. When we talk of selling your soul to the devil, this is what it is. Today, when we wake up and rise and say, we don't want this article of the Bella Bill, we don't want our children to be taught about being lesbians and gay, what's going to happen? The government will set the National Security Mechanism offices, unit, and organs against us. So we're going to be killed by the soldiers, imprisoned by the police, proclaimed guilty by the courts and the judges. Because they are hijacked. How many people died in Marikana? How many people died in June 16? How many people died in the Sharpeville massacre? How many people died in all these other incidents wherein the government was, setting war against the citizens? Simply because they were a threat to the business of the cabal, the deep state. So the deep state has to tell the government to do what? To unleash the soldiers. You check. This is what is bound to happen. This is what is happening. You see, so that is part of what the deep state. no, a part of the art of war. So I'm telling and declaring to you, we are at war. We are